I was going to ask you to share 3 of your favorite positive affirmations.
Always repeat to myself is, my life is abundant and full of joy. I just love that one. I love, I am enough. I am doing enough. I have enough. I am enough. Just that reminder that I am enough. And then another one that, I have so many, but one that comes to mind is, I am love and I am light. Just a reminder to embody love, embody light, because that, and live through that every day.
It's so beautiful. You have continued to just keep growing in terms of what you share. And you also have a shop. Tell us about why you love this shop and what are your best-selling items. I think most of the people listening probably agree with me. It's so fun to go into a paper goods store and walk around and you just feel like the whole thing is like a beauty bath. So I love that you create stationery and journals but why do you love it? And what's the thing that you sell that people love most?
Oh, I love stationery. I've been journaling ever since I was a kid. Literally, I don't know. I think as when I began to write, I would take notes. Oh, my brother was annoying today. I just always kept journals. And then through junior high, high school, I still have my journals where I just write all my emotions, my crushes, my boyfriends, my exes. So I've always been a journaler and I've always loved stationery and collecting stationery. So that's why it's really fun to be able to design my own. But yeah, the product that started it all was the Artist of Life workbook. And that still is the best-selling one because that's, I think, the most impactful product because it's so cohesive, right? But some other favorite products, there's a journal called the Joy Journal. And that's a simple, 5-minute everyday gratitude and joy journal, morning, evening, easy. I really like that. And that's really great for beginners. And then I created this deck called the TBH deck, which is it's part journal prompts, part conversation starters. Cause I thought I kind of like that idea where you want to go deeper and reflect with yourself, or you want to go deeper with the people in your life. So the questions are questions that, go deeper. Cause normally when you're having conversation, sometimes you only scratch the surface and you find that the better questions you ask, then the better answers you get, right? The more you learn about a person. And so I think there's beauty and magic in just asking the right questions, even to people that you see every single day, or even questions to your parents, right? Questions you'd be surprised at the answers you get.
I know. I'm looking at it right now. I'm just going to read some of the questions in the deck. What are the life lessons that you've had to learn over and over again? Who do you tend to compare yourself to and why? What are 5 things you've achieved in your life that you're proud of? I just think you're right. It is so cool to go deeper. And I love that you invite people to do this with other people, but also with themselves. And that most of the time, what does it say? There's that quote that says, we're not tired from doing things. We're tired from spending our time doing all the wrong things. And meaning that so often we've just had zero self-care. There's no nourishment for ourselves. We're totally depleted. And one of the things that you do is really give people the reminder to take better care of themselves and going into that deeper reflective place. Because at the end of the day, if you said the truth before, which you did, which is it's all about a feeling, there's no amount of achieving or there's no amount of likes on Instagram or money that will ever fulfill the ways you self-abandoned. And if you have self-abandoned all the time and you don't ever spend any time with a cup of tea and yourself, you're going to have to literally traverse the earth. And you'll find that no amount of any of these achievements comes close to 30 minutes where you're oh my God, what a luxury. I just took 30 minutes to do nothing but be. And so I'm curious what some of your favorite helping yourself, self-love, self-soothing, self-nourishment practices are. And what are some of those that you've shared with your audience that they loved?
Yeah, I think the key to enjoying life and living a good life is to always stay connected with yourself. To know what you need and give yourself what you need, whether it's self-care or whether it's adventure or whatever, because only you know what's best for you at any given moment, and it changes over time. So I love that you mentioned that. Like, it's so important to connect with yourself. What I find really nourishes me the most and builds that self connection really are like the simple habits of meditating and journaling. I love those two. And those are just kind of the ways I connect with myself, and I understand what's going on in my head. And I'm my own therapist, where I like talk myself through. I like reframe my thoughts to positivity. I do all the work through journaling, honestly. And I'm huge into just overall self-care wellness practices. Like, I love skincare, red light therapy. I love like eating like nutrient dense foods, just eating healthy, getting enough exercise, being really consistent with that. Cause that's a journey in itself. It's hard to be consistent with exercising and moving your body, but these are the basics, right? Like, getting enough sleep is a priority for me. Just the basics, but on top of the basics, other things that I also like in my self-care practice, because I like to connect with like the spiritual intuitive side, is I love tarot cards actually for helping me with like decisions in life or just general guidance. Cause I like to invite guidance. I can be really indecisive.
That's like music to my ears. I feel like I'm older than you. I'm 45, and it's only recently, like very recently, that I even like remember to eat. Like,
yeah,
I think I have 3 kids and this business. And I think for a long time, I was just kind of in a pressure cooker of like, I wanted to build what I was building. I'm, having a baby, pregnant with a baby, nursing a baby.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's so much going on.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. And I think I just forgot to eat. It would be like 1:00 and all I had was coffee, and a friend of mine's a dietitian. She's like, no. You need to eat all the time. She was like, you need to eat like every 3 hours. And I don't care if you eat Ritz crackers at first. I just need you to eat. I'm like, what? She's like, you're so malnourished. Like, you just need to start eating, and food is love. And then she came to my house for dinner, and there were 12 people here. And she's like, you made such a beautiful dinner. Why don't you cook for yourself? I'm like, I never cook for myself. I only cook for like 12 people. And she's like, but food is a way of loving yourself. You need to make time to eat. So it's one thing for people to say that, but I'm going to ask you a question. I'm putting you on the spot. Okay. Do you actually do that, what you said you did? Because I find that especially when we have some level of success, there's no end to the notifications on your phone. There's no end to what you can keep working on. Do you actually like create white space in your calendar and do nothing, or use the time to take care of yourself rather than work?
I've been in that stage where I overwork myself and I'm stressed and I'm not eating or I'm not doing all the self-care practices. But I would say in the past 3-4 years, I'm really good with doing nothing and having open space in my schedule. Obviously, it doesn't always look like that. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed and everything's crazy, but I generally I need space. Like, I am not my best self if I don't have that space to myself. Like, I love having an open day with no schedule so I can meditate and journal for as long as I want. I can cook myself a meal. I also think food is love. When you're cooking yourself a meal, you're like nourishing yourself, you're treating yourself. And I love that concept. So I like doing things slowly. So yeah. I can't be slow. And then I'm like, oh my God, 5 hours went by. And then I was just doing my morning routine. Yeah. So sometimes I am like that. It's a balancing act, because when I prioritize my self-care, my business goes number 2. My career goes number 2. So sometimes, things are not as successful as they could be. But I think I've come to a place where I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with career, business, whatever, success, not going at full speed, but going at a speed of balance. There's this quote, success at the speed of balance. And I love that, because it's what's true success is you feel good, is like you feel healthy, your body feels good. So success is not just like business and money, whatever. It's also how you feel and how you treat yourself.
I love that. We both have used the word, you use the word today. I use it in my platform, in my book, like the idea of manifesting a beautiful life. Tell us what your definition of manifestation is and an example of how manifestation shows up in your life.
I truly do believe in the law of attraction, where whatever energy you embody and whatever thoughts you put out, you are attracting those thoughts, that reality to you. I truly believe that. And I honestly love manifestation books. They're one of my top listened and read books because they just put me in such a good energy. They remind me of I'm like, oh yeah, that's the simple universal truth. I've been doing, I forgot that I was worrying too much about this thing. It's all just helps you realign. So I truly believe that manifesting is you become what you desire, you embody it with your feeling, your emotions, everything, and you act as if you are that person. And then that's how it really, once you start to believe it, then the reality just comes true naturally. And sometimes it's fast, sometimes it takes longer. It really depends on a lot of factors, I want to say. But how it showed up in my life, I would say a lot of my successes I manifested. When I started my YouTube channel and I had like 10 subscribers, I would go out to networking events and I would be like, I'm a YouTuber. Even though I wasn't really, there was, you're not big, you're not making any money, but I would just say it just to feel like I am that person. And eventually I started to embody that person. I'm also a big, I love design. So when I envision something in my head, I love seeing it in reality. I recently designed and renovated my house. I spent a whole year renovating. So it's just the fact that I manifested this home, this reality, because it was literally what it was the feeling that I envisioned. I'm creating a calm and peaceful, creative space for myself. And so I don't know. I totally believe in manifestation. Of course, I believe in taking the action and doing the work. Yeah. But it begins with the thought and the energy.